Okay, so this is my little test bench for a Thermotime switch to see if it's working. What I've got here is some ice water, and that's just an old timing cover, so I can use that as a mount for the switch. And this is a little 12-volt testing light. That's going to simulate my cold start injector, so when the light lights up, that means the injector is spraying. So what I've got here is a little 12-volt battery. So the battery is grounded to the case, and the light is connected across the power supply. So this is the side of the switch, the small pin that gets power from the battery when you're turning the key. And this is the ground side, which provides the ground to the cold start injector. So as we know, the switch controls whether the injector is grounded or not. It's always getting 12 volts. So as you're turning the key, as you're holding the starter engaged, you've always got 12 volts being applied to this pin. And what this switch does is it allows it to ground when it's cold, but as you get power to this pin, it heats up a little strip inside the switch, and it should last, in theory, 8 seconds, and then it will then cut off the ground. So then this ground is no longer connected to the cold start injector. Okay, so that's been sitting in there for about a minute or so, 2 minutes. So this will be by me touching the positive terminal of my battery to here, to this little, the small pin of the switch. That's going to signify, simulate cranking the engine. And so I'll hold it here so you can see the test light at the same time, and see how long the light lights up. Ready, set, go. That was about 4 seconds. It's probably about right. I mean, in my house right now, it's probably 20 degrees, 21 degrees Celsius. But again, the switch is in ice water. So that should be simulating freezing conditions. So that only stayed lit for about 3 or 4 seconds. So this is my switch from a car that's allegedly working. I'm going to go and redo this with another switch, which is in the engine, to see if there's any discernible difference. Okay, so this is the original switch that came with the engine. I have had it running, but I've had this sitting in the ice water for a bit, and I verified that with nothing connected, between the ground post and the body of the switch, there is 0 ohms of resistance, because it's cooled down quite quickly. Interestingly though, it was quite hot, and when I measured it while it was hot, the resistance was only around about 100 amps, whereas I thought it was meant to be infinite. But anyway, maybe it's just the scale I was using or something like that. But okay, so I'm going to get my power button, crank the engine over. Let's see how long the light, hang on, let me just use my other hand here so I can see the light in the background, and hopefully none of my cables will come undone. I'm going to connect it to the small pin. 1, 2, where are we? Are we in frame? Yep, 1, 2, 3. So that lit for exactly the same amount of time, I would say. So both of these switches are performing the same. Seems to me that the Thermotime switch side of things is working correctly. So in theory, my cold start injector should be working okay. Okay, so I'm just going to simulate doing this on the engine. So I'm going to eliminate whether my wiring is an issue. So I've got the Thermotime switch mounted in the cover again. It's grounded with a cable here, and it's sitting in some ice water underneath there in that little, I'm just trying to do all of this with, I swear to God, we weren't designed to do any of this with only 2 arms and 2 hands. We need an extra arm and a leg. So there's the test light over there. But I've got to try and reach my starter switch without dropping any of this stuff. Okay, I'm going to hit the starter button. 1, 2, 3. And that stayed on for about 3 seconds. So that's about the same amount of time that happened inside the house. So that tells me that the wiring is about right.